Today I'm creating this beautiful bubble effect in these trays using some silicone inserts. Let's jump right in.
Thank you everyone for joining me for yet another video. I'm really sorry that I sound the way I do just because I've been down with viral, but hopefully I don't sound too scratchy to your ears. So the molds that I'm using are these deep tray molds from Crazy Mold. I actually quite like how high the edges are and how deep these are. So I'm gonna make the 2-tier cake stand that you saw. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I need to figure out the mold because it comes with the support, so the wooden support slats. Once again, this is because it's a deep mold and you need the mold to be supported so that it doesn't get all bendy once you put your resin in.
A few moments later.
So I figured these out. My molds are now ready for resin and I'm going to mix up my resin, which is my J-Diction Officials resin. I'm going to link all the discount codes and the molds as well as the resin in the description as always. So this is a 1-to-1 resin, pretty straightforward. And I'm thinking I'm going to go for like a burnt orange amber kind of a color for this set. So I'm going to use my brown Alumilite dye for this, and I'm going to add it so it's tinted, not completely opaque. So one thing I do recommend doing, which honestly I say to do it, but a lot of the times I forget to do it myself, but do as I say, not as I do. But basically it's a good idea to spray your mold with some isopropyl alcohol, and that will help get rid of any bubbles that you might end up getting on the walls of the mold. A lot of the times I forget just because I'm so excited to get the resin pouring, but in this case I remembered. So here goes, we're ready to put the resin in. I'm filling up the larger one first and then the little one. Okay, so these are nicely filled and I'm very pleased because I had literally mixed up the perfect amount of resin without even knowing it. So happy days. And I'm going to let the bubbles come up to the surface just in the next few minutes and pop them once again with some alcohol. I have spotted a little something in my resin, so I'm just going to pull that out with tweezers. I mean, I don't even know how this stuff gets in it, to be honest. Like how, like where? But anyway, okay, and there was a tiny little bubble stuck in a corner, so again just use my tweezers and blowtorch to pop that, and a couple of more that I can see that I'm just bringing out and then popping with my blowtorch. So now that the resin has had a few minutes to settle and I'm happy that no more bubbles are coming up, it's time to put in our silicone inserts. Now, these are the inserts I'm using. These are from Pouring Your Heart Out, all the way from Australia, but Julie has an eBay store and she ships internationally, so that's how I got mine. And yeah, it's the first time I'm using these, so I'm really excited to see how this turns out. And this pack literally came in like 3 sizes of these sort of half circles. So I'm going to use some mixed sizes on here. Now, because I'm going to be putting my cake stand in the center of these, I'm going to be conscious not to put any of these inserts in the center. So I'm just going for a minimalistic look, and I'm putting these just on the side, different sizes on the big one and just a couple on the little one. And obviously these are going in facing the curved side touching the resin and the flat side up. Right, I am happy with that placement. I'm going to leave the resin to cure and I will be back tomorrow for the enmolding, which is like literally 2 seconds for you guys.
The next day.
Right, time for the enmolding. I'm going to start with the little one first. Nice and easy, and I don't see any bubbles, so I'm happy with that. Going for the big one. Once again, really happy with these molds. Like, these trays have turned out so perfect and I love how deep they are. So, you know, these would look really nice on a vanity or a dresser, you know, to hold your perfumes or whatever, or anything really, but I'm really happy with the edges. Okay, now for the exciting part, to see how the bubbly bits look. So because I have nails, I can actually quite easily pull these out. Yeah, just a little pinch on the side and these come out nice and easy. Loving how that looks, absolutely love it. Now for the big one. That's all of them out, and I absolutely love how this has turned out. I'm going to be using these inserts for so many different projects. So I'm going to get my cake stand fittings out, and so these are the ones I have lying around at home. I'm going to use these, but what I'm thinking is, because my tray is pretty minimalistic, I'm thinking like a little dash and a little splash of color might be nice on these fittings. So I decide I'm just gonna like lightly spray paint these, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a white, a copper and a blue, just for a little pop of color. I'm not sure if it's gonna do much. I don't want anything too bold, but yeah, I just thought I'll try this out, see how it looks. That's me just lightly spraying some white on, and next I'm going in with some blue, and I'm lastly just going to finish up with a little spray of some copper, just to tie in that warm tone of the trays. And this is a reminder, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to my videos. It really helps me out, and it's always fun to read what you guys have to say, so make sure you do that. And this is what this looks like. Absolutely love how this turned out. I love the whole bubble design, and I love how minimalistic it is. Love these molds. I'm so going to be using these again, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.